Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday morning live from Long Island, our beautiful new set. My name's David Gusson. I'm joined by my partner in Sunday Morning Crime, Mr. Tommy Mele. Good morning, Tommy.
Good morning. Hey, listen, for those of you who know, this is broadcast on Cablevision.
Yeah, it's. I hear we're joining the Cablevision shortly.
We've kind of like gone over the barrier a little bit.
You guys are doing a great job at Madhouse. I'm proud to be here. Thank you for even allowing me to be here.
So for those of you who are watching us on cable this morning, or tonight, I'm sorry, it's actually tonight, but it's really morning. This is going to get confusing.
Nah.
You know, welcome to the Long Island View. I'm Tom Mele, and this is David Gusson. Let me ask you a question real quick. What do you got that standing in front of you for?
I like this prop.
But there's nothing.
I feel like Larry King. Hello, everybody. How are you?
But there's nothing hooked up to it.
I know, but it's a prop. It makes me feel good.
Oh, is that it? All right. Before we start, because I've got two very big fans out there that I need to say hello to this morning.
Say hi, buddy.
Sandy, Stanley, how are you, my friends? Welcome to The View with me, obviously. You know who I am. And this fella next to me is David Gusson, in case you don't know.
Guys, I'll be there soon to make breakfast for you guys. For the viewers, my parents don't know how to get on the computer live.
Really?
So I leave the show. We tape it at 8. I'm home by 9-something, and they're like, "Put on the show, put on the show." So
yeah, we go on at 8. Oh, you're home by 9-something.
I'm home by 9-something.
You're really confusing the people that are watching tonight on cable.
I don't mean to confuse the people, guys. We are kicking off. The week starts on Sunday. Isn't Sunday the first day of the week? It is officially on the calendar. Sunday starts the week.
Who said that?
On the calendar, it's S. It's S first. It's S followed by M, and so to me that means Sunday.
Well, what happens to the T on Tuesday and the W on Wednesday? Shouldn't W be the last day of the week?
No. I mean, that's ridiculous. Is Friday the last? Is it Friday?
But that's an F. Sunday? So your theory of S and M doesn't make any sense to me.
I don't have a theory. All I know is on the calendar it says S first. So to me, it's the first day of the week. I know you always surprise me with pet peeves. I was looking. I only have one this week. I don't want to talk about it yet, but I have a topic that I'm upset about.
It's the reality. But anyway, welcome to the Long Island View. And here, for those of you tuning in for the first time, we get involved with a lot of different topics here, which I think you're going to enjoy. Business. David and I go through a little bit of a rumble in the beginning of the show, but that's okay. You okay with that?
No, I'm definitely okay. I'm excited about it. And Cablevision, man, Long Island's growing, and they're going to hear about good stuff. They're going to meet a lot of good talent. We have a great show here today. Last week, the nice lady who was on, they had their fundraiser last night at Bocelli's. And lots of great people doing lots of great things.
There's a lot going on here on Long Island, and on Sunday morning, obviously, we bring it to you live on the internet, and now with Cablevision. But we try to bring out the best in Long Island. And sometimes there's some controversy as to some of the things that are going on, David. But hey, listen, we get past it at the end of the day, right?
There's always controversy. And Vicky, I don't think you could do a wide shot, but you got this new set for us over here.
No.
Where's the jelly beans in my dressing room? I need jelly beans. That's next.
See, folks, this is what I have to deal with. It's not even, well, again, we're going to deal with the time issue. But we just started the show, and already he's asking me for jelly beans. Listen, there's a lot of things in the news, and I just want to go through a few of the topics right now. And then I want to get into businesses.
I'm ready.
Especially the business of internet broadcasting.
Okay. You
have any problem with that?
No, I'm ready. Let's do it.
Okay. The first thing that I want to talk about, and folks, as you know, they call him the founding father of television, or the America's dad, or whatever. There's a million different words for Mr. Cosby. I don't know what's going on out there in the news. I don't know that Bill Cosby is guilty of anything. I know that Bill Cosby, as far as I am concerned, has some views, racial views, all right, that he's very strong on, and I've seen him protest many events when it comes to the rights of blacks and whites and so on. And he's a big activist for the black community, and I commend him for that. I think that we need to put an end to all of this racial profiling and racial crap that goes on here in the world. And Bill Cosby has always been a leading person that kind of leads the pack when it comes to that. From talking from a television or a personality point of view.
He was America's Dad. The Cosby
You know,
Show.
well,
was the
I don't
number
know
one
if
show
I'd
for
go that far.
For 8
I
years,
mean,
the
to
Cosby
me,
Show was the number one
American's
show.
Dad, because he portrayed it. To me, American's Dad. You want to know who my point is? Who's the guy? Danny Thomas. To me, Danny Thomas was American's Dad.
He's done great work with his
Now,
charity.
is Bill Cosby going to get upset because I'm talking, because he's white and he's black? No. To me, that has nothing to do with it. But Danny Thomas has done, I think, a lot more for society, and even though he's been gone a long time, and his daughter, Marlo Thomas, continues to strive with St. Jude's Hospital, which is a very, very important hospital.
They
you
do
know how
great
St.
work.
Jude works?
I know if you have cancer, you get treated there. If you don't have the money to pay for it, there's no cost involved for children with cancer. And it's been going on a long time, and nothing but great work that we see that they do.
St. Jude's, and people, if you don't know about St. Jude's, you should really look into it, because you know what? There's always somebody who knows somebody who has a child that has a serious illness. I mean, the girl we had on here last week, she's not a child, but she would fit into the category. This is a hospital that was built by the Danny Thomas Foundation, and it's actually St. Jude Awareness Week this week. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
And any type of donations that they can get down there are appreciated. My brother has several grandchildren, and I remember one day I called him up, and he couldn't talk because he was rushing to Boston, where the hospital is located, with his grandson who had fallen into a fire pit at a campground and literally burnt.
So your brother's grandson fell into a fire pit?
Yeah.
Oh, no, okay, that's terrible.
Of course it's terrible.
So, sorry to hear. Is he okay?
Well, I was getting into the story before you so rudely interrupted me.
I interrupted you with concern.
But no, they were camping, and he fell into this fire pit, and his hands went down as he tried to get into the pit, and it burnt him severely. Now, he was camping up near the Boston area. They raced him to St. Jude's. Do you know that the whole hospital bill, everything, a 1 night or 2 night stay in a hotel for my brother and my sister-in-law, little Bobby, this is his name, Rob, was treated at St. Jude's, and today, fast forward, I think it's been about 5 or 6 years now. Thanks to the people at St. Jude's, his hands are fine. He survived it. It was devastating. We thought he was going to lose a couple of fingers, but thanks to those people, I mean, if you didn't really closely look at his hands, you wouldn't see that there was that he was even burnt.
Hey, that's a charity that's been a beautiful thing. Only does great work.
I don't know how we got on the topic of St. Jude's from talking about Bill Cosby.
You went from Bill Cosby being someone that people pay attention to and sets an image, to Danny Thomas being America's Dad. Speaking of charities in Long Island, I just want to mention while it's on my head.
Can we take that away? Because
Sure.
That's real. I
was going to say.
That's what I was afraid of, that you were going to start singing.
Good morning.
Oh,
Anyway,
Stanley.
Speaking of charities, tomorrow night at the Hilton in Melville, we have the Long Island Fight for Charity. Over 1,200 people will be in attendance. They raise money for 5 Long Island charities. This is their 11th annual one, Tommy. They raised over $1 million for Long Island charity. Should be a great night. One of the premier events in Long Island.
That's boxing there. We had him on here on the show. I can't remember what his name is.
Chris Algieri?
Chris
lost last night to Manny Pacquiao. Chris, you gave it your best. You were fighting one of the greatest fighters in the world.
He lost.
Certainly lost every round. Got knocked down 6 times. But, man, he's a tough kid from Huntington. You want to know what's nice for him? Before last night, his highest salary ever was $100,000. Last night he made $1,600,000 and change. Good for him, following his dream, representing Long Island. I don't know if you're a boxing fan, but I'd say in the last 15 years, except for Mayweather, there's been no fighter that's received more praise, more well-known than Manny Pacquiao. So props to Chris for representing Long Island well.
Good fight. I didn't see it. I wish I did. I was a boxer in my day.
That's why I'm so nice to you. I figured you might be able to kick my butt. But
No. It has nothing to do with that. No. At my age, things start going downhill now. But this is a true story. I actually, remember Jerry Cooney?
Yes.
I actually boxed Jerry Cooney.
Did you? Jerry Cooney was like 6'7". Jerry Cooney was a big boy.
Yeah, he was a big guy. Now you want to know how I boxed him?
Hopefully well, but how'd you box him?
You know, it's a funny story. I went to high school with Jerry Cooney, and we were at his house one day, and it was funny. You know, I was friends with him and a couple other guys, and Jerry had this makeshift ring in the back of his yard. And I'll never forget this day. It was right on the corner of New York Avenue and Wolf Hill Road in South Huntington. And I had gone over there, and you know, of course, back then when I was in high school, you know, everybody was a tough guy, you know. Mm-hmm. And I said, "Come on, Jerry, let's go in the back." And the guy towered over me. So he says, "Okay." We put on the gloves. We go into this makeshift ring, and we start sparring around. We're doing a little this, a little that, a little jab, and I never got a shot off. And the very next moment, I woke up. And I was on his mother's couch, and they were putting pads on my head. He knocked me out with one shot, and that was the end of my career. But I can honestly say that I fought Jerry Cooney.
Yeah, the beginning of his
I don't know if it was the beginning. I mean, he won the Golden Gloves at Walt Whitman High School.
He did.
But a great guy. We got a couple of topics that I want to talk about, but businesses. This whole platform here was designed around businesses, and this morning I want to get into the internet broadcasting business.
Okay.
You okay with that?
Let's go.
There's a lot of people out there, and I've been trying to get this message out for a while, that are trying to do what we do here at Madhouse TV Studios. And God bless them. We thank them very much for doing what they're doing. We wish all of them the best of luck. The problem, and here we go, the problem I have with any type of broadcasting, if you're going to go out and you're going to invest, and this is your livelihood or this is your passion in any way, please, folks, do it professional. All right? Don't take away from what we have. Do you agree with that?
Anything you're going to do in marketing, make it pristine, whether it be your internet broadcasting, may it be your website. Yes, do it professional.
Would you say don't do it if you can't do it professionally?
Don't do it if it's not going to come out good on the screen. You know, some people think they have to have a video, or they have to have a show, or they have to have this or that. You only have to have it if it looks good. If it looks bad, it causes you more harm than good.
The other problem I have with this is be creative. You know, here at this studio, we are very creative in what we do and who we bring on and how we do things. Would you agree with that or not?
Madhouse has the nicest facility that I've been in.
Forget the facility in general. I'm talking about the creativity of what we produce here. I think that we produce something that has a lot of natural talent, and we create the platform. I have been noticing that on a lot of different programmings that these people are taking from other shows and doing the exact same show on a different platform. I mean, I don't have too much of a problem with it. You know, I always said that, listen, if you're not the lead dog, the view never changes. However, become creative. Come up with something that is creative that you've done yourself and bring that onto your show. Do you agree with that or not?
Create your own media, guys. And here in Long Island, I really don't think from the web TV standpoint, no one provides a better facility, and you guys are improving all the time. But I tell people, create your own media all the time. Turn yourself into the ABC, CBSs, and Madhouse just provides that platform as well as anyone. You guys bust your butt. You know, total props to you guys for busting your butt, always making improvements in the place. The cameras, I don't even understand the improvements, but you're always buying new equipment, always updating your keyboard, updating your stages, giving multiple sets. Comes across nice. So that's a beautiful way to do it. You know, the biggest stations in the world, you know, Madhouse is great. Fios is bigger. And I'm talking about Fios because after Cablevision in Long Island, Fios tried to start a new station.
Right.
But if all they are is ad takers, they're not creating business.
Exactly.
They don't know how to create media. They don't know how to create. They just don't know how. They just know numbers and ad takings. Creativity's out the door. Madhouse with the team here and with us, create activity now. On the web, off the web. Be efficient. Be smart. Step out of your comfort zone. And, don't be afraid to be noticed.
Don't be afraid to come up and do things
Man, guys, keep planting smart seeds over and over again, and great things happen. And doing this web TV stuff, and we've spoke about it, what I feel is in a campaign mode. In today's world, one and done, stay away from one and done, guys, whether it be print, whether it be a show or anything. Everything in marketing now could have a shelf life of forever.
Right, right. And one of the things, for those of you who are watching on cable tonight, is if you have a product, if you have a business, if you have a talent, you know, it's literally, it's endless. The talent consists of music, singing, dance. We had in here the other night, Tommy Marr did an unbelievable job on this. It was on one of our shows, Spirituality Rocks. And we had in these group of girls that were up on the stage, and they were holding candles. And they had this incredible dress on. Listen, the only way I can explain it is to go on to Madhousetv.com and go on to Spirituality Rock, look at this show. It's about 57 minutes in, 55 minutes in, somewhere around there. And he shut off the lights. And the talent of these girls that were up here were phenomenal. We got, I don't even know how many responses to that. And this is what I'm talking about, folks. If you have something like that and you're watching tonight on cable and you're watching around Long Island and you want to bring that into this studio, David, is big enough to house that. That's raw talent. You know, we encourage people to give us a call here or get on the site and send us an email, because business opportunities. You're very big in the business world with your ad company. You have a huge following, and I've been to a couple of the seminars, and you're right. You know, I mean, marketing and going out there with today's tools and our technology today, there's no reason in the world, if you're creative, that your product can't thrive. Am I right or wrong?
My combination that I tell people, man, give people quality info, hopefully put a smile on their face. In fact, one of my associates, one of my clients was on one of your shows this week. I think you got a show called The Body Shop, a health show, and
yes.
Young lady Debbie Pisano was on.
Insurance.
I gave Debbie a little pep talk before she went on, because
right.
she's rather shy, but she's very informative doing what she does for over 20 years already, and I know she was excited for the opportunity. I'm talking about her
and I gotta tell
having
you,
a health
she got
insurance
quite a
show.
response.
Yeah.
Quite a response. So if you have these kind of talents and you know somebody, please, you know, have them give us a call. The other thing is businesses. Let's talk about businesses. Every time I turn around, I see another business popping up on Long Island. Mm-hmm. And in Long Island, it really is truly thriving and coming back, and that's an important thing. I just saw one the other day on Howells Road at Masonry. Small little building. It was vacant for the longest time, and now I see this guy out there almost every night after 5, 6, 7 o'clock up until maybe 10 o'clock at night. He's out there and he's fixing it. How do I see it? Our studio is located near there, and when I come to the studio at around 6 o'clock, I see him working. I go home at 10 o'clock, and he's still working. And I saw the sign go up for the first time yesterday, and it said Masonry Supply. Now, this is a small yard. This is a young guy who probably worked for a masonry company, decided, you know what, I want to get out on my own. I want to experience the American dream. And now he's got this big yard that he's going to put in these blocks, and I give the guy a lot of credit.
Definitely.
You know, I think it's very important. And the platform here will allow for people who do not know that they exist, that watch this show here on cable TV and also on the internet, to say, you know what, that's a guy I want to go over and see.
Yeah, the masonry guy and all the other guys, we got to ignite business. You got to ignite your business. You got to give it your all. If it wasn't called a career or a job, it should be called survival, because it is about survival. In today's world, man, you got, like as you were saying last week, no one's coming to you. You got to go out there and make things happen. You got to be more determined than ever. There's some real successful real estate guy, and he was just giving a seminar, and basically he was just telling the people, just work harder. Work harder.
Yeah.
Make
You know,
more
there's
phone
no doubt
calls.
about it.
Make more phone calls. Go out and meet more people. It is not easy to build a successful business, but the rewards are great once you do. And if you want to feed your family, if you want to pay for health benefits for your children, if you want to pay for weddings in this world, man, you better give it your all every single day.
You know, there's that old expression I keep saying: the world doesn't meet you halfway, and that's so true. You know, if you want something, I mean, I know growing up with my life, it was very, very difficult because I really didn't have a role model. But you know, everything I did on my own, and I just knew that I had that passion to succeed in the drive to do it. I don't know whether you're born with it. I certainly wasn't. It didn't filter down from my parents at all. Even though my mother was great, I mean, she did what mothers were supposed to do. My father was very rarely, very rarely there. But be it as it may, you know, I think that if you want it, the world doesn't meet you. You want it, you got to go and get it, and that stands true to today in anything that you do, including people, businesses. If you want to start a business here on Long Island, you need the help. You need the tools. This is the platform. We built this, David, under the premise that we would give people that opportunity to get their message out.
And you did it beautifully.
And we did, and we succeeded. And
I'm a critical guy when it comes to this stuff, even about myself. For this thing, another nice tool in the arsenal. Guys, you can have your own TV show, throw it into having your most pristine website, throw it into having events, throw it into bringing people together, throw it into doing a great job every day, throw it into answering your phones with a great spirit every day, throw it into the mix of so many different things you need to do to make your business succeed.
That's the truth.
Really?
That's the truth. But in closing, because we're going to close, for those of you watching on the internet, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. But for those of you watching on Cablevision, we'll see you next week. Same time, same channel. And give us a call. If you want to ignite business, Dave is the guy to call. You want to be on television, we're the people to call.
Hello,
anything else?
Man, hello, Long Island. We'll see you next week on cable, on our internet TV show. We'll be back right after this. I still got some topics I want to discuss.
Okay. We'll see you next week.
Hi, my name is Dr. Tom Dow. We have a multidisciplinary practice in Melville and Ronkonkoma, New York, and we treat patients with many, many different conditions, from newborns through geriatric patients with numerous different techniques. There's a technique and a type of treatment for every class of patient. We have them all here. Here's my son Thomas, also a doctor of chiropractic, working on one of our patients' cervical spine. This patient has had chronic neck pain for many, many, many years, has been to a multitude of different practitioners with little or no response. And with our specialized techniques, she has improved tremendously and continues to improve on a daily basis. We have two practices, one in Melville and one in Ronkonkoma, New York. We are a multidiscipline chiropractic office. What that means is we have chiropractors, massage therapists, acupuncturists, psychologists, all working as a team and a network of outside professionals such as orthopedists and neurologists that we work hand in hand with to help determine what your injuries are and the best way to treat your injuries. I have the great pleasure of having my son in practice with me. We work hand in hand, father and son, to give our patients the best care possible, and a staff which is loving, caring, and you'll never have to wait at all in our office for service. Many times patients come into our office and they have what's called a soft tissue injury. Soft tissue injuries are like scars inside your body. If you've ever been cut on the outside of your body, you get a scar. The same thing happens inside of your body to your muscles and ligaments. So our job is to determine where those are, stretch the muscles, adjust the vertebra back into their correct position, and then refortify the normal structure with exercise. That's what we do best, and I hope someday you'll come see us at one of our 2 offices. Thank you.
My name is Dr. Robert Brevard. I'm here for Multi-Medicine in Westbury, New York. We're located at 1065 Old Country Road, Suite 214. Been here for about 15 years. The practice has medical doctors, physical therapists, chiropractors, acupuncturists. We also do pain management, and we have orthopedists on staff. Here at Advanced Multi-Medicine Rehabilitation, we've got physical therapists on staff who treat an array of conditions, from neck pain to back pain, shoulder pain. We treat carpal tunnel. We treat a lot of car accident patients, slip and falls. We treat patients with knee injuries, with ankle injuries. We have state-of-the-art equipment. We've been here for over 15 years. Vast array of diagnostic testing, from x-rays to EMGs. What is an EMG? It's a diagnostic test that allows a doctor to determine where the pinched nerve is. Cora is a physical therapist at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. She's working on Stephanie, who was involved recently in an automobile accident. Stephanie has tight thoracic and cervical musculature, and Cora is doing some myofascial release work and some therapeutic stretching, doing it to help her with her pain. Vicky is also a patient here at Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation. Vicky is now working her leg muscles, specifically her quadricep muscles, trying to strengthen them after an injury she sustained. If you find yourself in need of any type of physical therapy, please don't hesitate to call Advanced Multi-Medicine and Rehabilitation, located in Westbury, New York, in Suite 214. Phone number is 516-334-7000, or find us on our website at advancedmultimedicine.com.
Old Spice body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face. Goodbye. Oh no! Power!
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Oh, Old Spice body spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power! Power!
Try this routine to feel fresh and clean. Pair Charmin Fresh Mates with your Charmin.
Oh, Spice body spray is too powerful to stay in its own commercial. That's right. Power. Oh, Spice body spray can change a regular smelling man into a man who smells like power.
Now, how is this? Wow, you know what? I actually do feel more powerful.
Potato chips! Power! It's me.
Hey, there is no show without the support of our sponsors. And the one thing I love about our sponsors, very similar to Madhouse, world class, whether it be Janine Giorgente, fashion designer, world class fashion, right, based here in Melville, New York. Holiday season's coming, guys, and go see my buddy James Cruz if you're looking for a gift. World class jewelry, wholesale prices. The law offices of Peter J. Wagner, real estate attorney, touches upon elder care. Great gentleman to work with, known him for years, and founder of Shoes for All, Dr. Mary Carlson. Bring your shoes to Shoes for All. Bring your feet to Dr. Carlson. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday morning, live from Long Island, with myself, David Gusson, my partner in time, Tom Mele.
And who do we have here in the middle?
Man, we have an artiste here. We have Mele Robinson here, and you talk about creating your own show. You talk about getting out there and making things happen. Mele just took over a theater in Farmingdale, and I want a Long Island talent show already, buddy. I'm counting on
This
you
is
to
what I
help
was
get it
talking
done.
about. If you remember on the last show, we talked about igniting businesses here on Long Island. And it's ironic that, here's Marlo here now, and he just opened up a new business. And you got, from what I understand, you took the theater that was on 107 or 109?
Actually, 109.
109, and it was an old theater.
Yes.
And you're converting this.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about this.
Well, basically, I wanted the essence of the theater. So that's why I decided to move into that location, aside from the airport across the street. So when the celebrities want to come, they could just charter a jet right across the street, then I'll pick them up and bring them right across.
So in other words, when I land my jet and you see it with the Madhouse tail, you send a limo to get us?
Send a car to pick you right up.
But he didn't say limo, did he?
He said a
He
car.
said a
Listen,
car.
listen,
All right, listen, I don't want no Yugo coming to get me.
This
You know
is
what
a
I'm
special
saying?
car.
All right. All right. So tell us now, in this theater, which now I remember this theater. Tell us what we're going to have in there. Is there seats are still in there with the stage?
Yes, well, actually, the seats are mobile. We did that because we didn't want to do the regular standard theater. We want to be able to cater to different events and different things. So it was very important not to have the seats bolted in. So you might come in there and you might see seats one event, then it could be another event when there's no seats. So we wanted to kind of stay away from the standard theater. We wanted to give you something a little new. Like, we consider it new era theater. So you're going to get your regular theater mixed with a little different music and different scenarios. So it's not the standard. It's definitely something different.
It's also very diverse. I mean, on your walls, you got pictures of Sammy Davis Jr., Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, B.B. King on one end.
Yes.
Yeah, when we were talking, when we were there, your vibe is to create a place, man, for children also to express
Yes,
themselves
definitely, yeah,
and be
you
heard
know,
and
touch
teach
base.
them the arts. Very talented young man. I mean, that's why you're here with me, buddy. I brought you. There's people who do stuff, run events. Man, your vibe was tremendous. I told you when I saw you, I said we're going to bring you here. And you're
Definitely,
I
greatly
think we're going to
appreciate
discover
it.
some talent right from your theater.
Yes, we will.
Let me ask you now with this now, because I'm trying to visualize this in my head, and I know that our viewers are going to probably be asking the same question. Was it a movie theater?
Actually, it wasn't a movie theater.
It was a
actually
stage acting
a
theater.
stage acting theater, yes,
Okay.
correct.
So, have you ever been down to Northport?
Yes.
Do you know the John? Am I saying this? Eddington?
I've heard of it. I
theater?
haven't been in it.
Do you know which one I'm talking about?
Yes.
Is it something similar to that?
Well, I would say it's similar, but then it's also a little different.
Okay, but it's the same theory without the chairs going up on an angle.
Yes.
But you have the stage, the acting stage.
Yes, we
So
do.
if you wanted to bring in, let's say, bands or performers of any type, you can bring in a band or a performer or actors or actresses who are doing skits on a stage.
Definitely.
And you have a sound room all set up for this.
Everything's set up. We actually just had a great event. It was called Blues and Brushes, where we had a live band as well as a group of artists from the area. It was phenomenal. I mean, the band was playing all the right music, the art was there, and it was just great. So
if Madhousetv decided that they wanted to do a live show and broadcast all over the world from something in your studio, we can do that.
Yes, sir. I'd be more than willing to make it happen.
You know, my partner Tommy Marr, he's more the entertainment part of this business. I handle a lot of the single interviews like this, and a lot of the business end of it. Both my wife and I do the business end, but Tommy has brought in some of the biggest names in rock and roll history. He has brought in some of the biggest names in hip hop. We have had people fly in from Japan, Australia just recently, just to be on this show. 10 years after, Bonnie Pointer from the Pointer Sisters, George Thorogood's Destroyers, they've been here. He had lunch and dinner with The Who, Roger Daltrey, Peter Townsend. We've been invited to B.B. King's I don't know how many times. We were at the Jimi Hendrix 70th birthday party.
Wow.
I mean, the list just goes on and on. Too many. I'd be here for an hour just naming the people. But it's not about it's about the performers. And now with your platform, people can not only pay to come in to see it. I don't know what the prices are, but I'm sure it can't be that bad. But we could now offer something where we can be streaming that literally around the world. We're seen in almost, the last time we had somebody in here, they said that they did our analytics. We were in some 80-something countries. I think that's a little small. I think that internet is now worldwide.
Yes.
And our audience base for people that come in from Australia and China, Japan, I mean, is literally all around the world.
And I even see multiple things happening. In the last episode, we were just talking about different things. On one end, these places that are doing it, they might want to be, videotaped and be up on TV. On the other end, I see you maybe bringing talent over here to the Madhouse studio.
Definitely.
I can see us teaming up on a talent show. But we were talking about businesses in the last episode, about business, and you're a great example of that. Because on one end, a few years back, you had a successful cleaning company, but that wasn't your passion. And you loved it, and you loved your cleaning and everything. This has always been your passion. But sometimes things need to evolve. So Tommy and I, on all our episodes, we talk about working hard and trying different things. I didn't hear from this guy for 2 years. We met 2+ years ago. We hugged each other then. But when he opened up this place, I think you told me I was the first person you called. You're not very smart. But give us the idea of a small business owner following their passion. What does it take? We tell people what we think it takes. What do you think it takes?
Well, by the way, I am very smart.
I was going to say, I hit him with that microphone.
But yeah, it just takes determination and again, I still do have that successful cleaning company. But what I realize is in order for me to do what I want to do personally, I like to touch the lives of individuals. I like to bring talent to the stage. If you're an aspiring artist or you someone that has talent, I want to kind of create everything you see yourself in that mirror. I want to bring it to the stage and produce it so that everyone can see it. And it's a lot of talent in Long Island, and I just felt like it was just the time. I also had another place that was in West Babylon called The Stage, which it did pretty well, but due to circumstances, they sold the building. It was a heartbreaker to me, because it was everything I'm trying to do now, but it was just going with the snap of a finger. So, and I had to recover from that. So now I'm back, and it's just a place where you can come different genres of music and entertainment. It's whatever you want to do, we can do. We actually have a Christmas play coming up, sort of Ebenezer Scrooge kind of thing going on there. So we constantly opening our arms for all Long Island artists, and we're just trying to promote something and connect with guys like, Madhouse, so we can make something big and we can be connected with all the answers. You need to do studio taping, it's here. You need photography, it's here. So we're just trying to make something big and connect it so that we can show the rest of the world what Long Island has to offer.
I think some guys like us coming together with the great people, I think we might be able to develop a star right from Long Island to show these people that when we talk about igniting business and making a platform and building something, that it's possible.
Well, that's
I think the
you know,
chemistry
my
might
whole
work
theory
beautifully.
in going out and doing it. You know, Long Island is a great place to live, and you know, where else can you go in a 40-mile radius from farms and farm stands and apple pie to Broadway shows in Manhattan, and vice versa, from the North Shore to the South Shore, in such this little, you know, how long is Long Island? 100 and something miles long, whatever it is. Where can you possibly go and get what we can get here on Long Island? All right, the traffic ain't the best. All right, we all know that. All right, so you know that's where that airport comes into play. But you know, but once you're there, you're there, and you know the talent that's here on Long Island is phenomenal. We are having a young girl, just so you know, on the show. Do you know who Ron Alexenberg is?
You know what? I heard the name.
Ron is a very good personal friend of mine, and I've known Ron now quite a long time. And I actually met him by accident, but it's funny how things, you know, connect. Ron was the president of Columbia and Epic Records.
Okay.
He signed names. He signed Michael Jackson to his first Thriller album. He signed the Doobie Brothers. His partner is Stevie Van Zandt from with Bruce Springsteen. I mean, the list goes on and on. Just too much to mention. But you know, Ron came to me a couple of weeks ago and he said, "Tom," he says, "you know, I got this real incredible talent that I found here on Long Island. Her name is Maria." And we were supposed to have her here tonight to perform, but unfortunately, with all these the flu going around, you know, she doesn't want to damage her voice. She doesn't feel too good. But we're going to have her at a later date. These are the type of people that your theater can now house. And, I mean, there's so much of it here on Long Island.
Yes,
we don't need to go to Manhattan to get it.
Well, we're going to produce it right here from Long Island.
And in-house.
In-house,
You know.
in-house with Madhouse, Theater 254, all good stuff. One thing I want to talk to you about your business, buddy. The intricacies of business. You know, Tommy talks about web TV. We use the term igniting business, but it's the little things. You know, I came to your place, whether it be the signage in your place, whether it be what's on the door, how does it look, the signs outside, can traffic see being passing by. As a business owner getting started, to me, it's the little things.
Sure.
The things of working hard, Tommy. Everyone better work hard. Being great at what you do, it's obvious you better be great at what you do. Follow up, do what you say you're going to do. But I think it's the little things that make it from no one noticing to something special.
Yeah,
I see you going through it now. What's your take on that?
Yeah, well, you know, the details is very important. Like you said, it's the little things because, you know, a lot of people tend to pay attention to those things. So that's why it was very important for me to put the sign up there and just, I'm kind of like very anal when it comes to the details. Like I want you to come into my place and feel like this is your second home. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's so important with getting greeted at the door with the hospitality and just it's smelling good in the building. You know, just all that counts. And you want to give them, you want to give them everything. You want to let them know that when you come here, this is the place to be. And then not only that, you want to also network with people such as you as well as you. And you want to make it seem like we have a wealth of stuff going on. So that, okay, if you need this kind of services, go to Madhouse. You need this kind of service, go to Dave. So this is important for us to just keep it in our Long Island circle and promote it. Then eventually we can worry about moving elsewhere. But right now we got to take all this that we have at home and mold it together until it turns into something major.
I told you I had a great vibe, buddy.
He's very good. And I'm very, you know, I look at businesses and I look at the talent and I think you got a real strong thing going here. Do you have a website?
Well, I'm actually under construction on the site. And I'm going to tell you this. I mean, this place, we've been under construction for a while with just getting the building and stuff together. And it's not, people look at the place and they're like, hey, it's open, you're ready. And I tell them, listen, we still working. I mean, it's a work in progress.
You want that wow factor when they come in for the first time.
Definitely, yeah. So, I mean, I'm all in. I'm putting everything I got into it. And we still working. But the website will be up maybe in a couple of weeks. and we're not even officially open yet. You know, we're going to be officially open December the 13th. That's our grand opening. So after that, everything will be up and running. You'll be able to find us, or if you just happen to ride past 109, you stop in at Theater 294 and take a look at what's going on.
Yeah, I think both Vicky and I are going to take a ride.
I see talent coming from there.
Yeah.
I see producing major talent from there.
What is going to be your first performance that you're going to be having there?
Well, the first performance is actually going to be a brief history of the theater itself. We're going to show actually some of the old photos of the plays that were once at the theater. And then we actually have a couple of skits, have a live singer. We have a ventriloquist coming too. This guy is awesome. And we also have artists coming in, and we're going to be, dealing with feedback from the audience and a little bit of improv.
Now, is there a charge or a fee that you charge the artist or the entertainer to come and perform at that?
Well, it all depends. Like right now, it depends on who I'm bringing in, but sometimes, a lot of times, some of the guys, the local guys, they just want to be on the stage. So that works for me. But then sometimes, like we was trying to get Sinbad in there, and we still working on some particulars with that. So it all depends on the situation.
Okay, so you would have to pay somebody like that. But now you charge, obviously, and listen, we're in business to make money as well.
Yes, correct.
People think that, we're not doing this for free. Not even here at Madhousetv. I mean,
you can't.
We started this, and we talk about it all the time. We started it with the understanding of the platform to get the message out for non-for-profits, and that's how this whole thing started. But there's still certain fees that we have to charge to keep the lights on.
Definitely.
No doubt about it.
And it's very important that people know that we're trying to make something happen, but it takes support.
So get the people off the street and get them into theaters like this. I'm going to talk to Ron because I know Ron and I were talking about the doing something with the Riverhead Theater. At one point, we were talking about joining forces and going out to the Riverhead Theater. I want to introduce you to him because he's a real good guy to get to know. But I just want to make sure I have this right. Let's assume that we have a talent that is well known. I'll come up with Vanilla Fudge.
Okay.
Remember the Fudge? We've had him here
Vanilla
many times.
Ice or vanilla fudge?
Vanilla Fudge. You're too old.
That's ice cream. I love ice cream.
I mean,
I
you're
love
too young.
vanilla
I
fudge.
even remember.
That's one of my favorite ice creams.
If they came in to perform, obviously, I don't know if there's a fee for them to perform, but they draw a huge crowd.
So then,
Tommy Marr, when he gets up there and sings, he draws a huge crowd.
Yeah.
So there's a fee that come in. How many people does the theater hold?
It holds 86.
It's a boutique theater.
It's a small theater.
It's very intimate, and maybe like we planned on jumping into it head on, expanding. But I said before we even get to expand, let's build a product that we know works and that it makes sense. Then we can worry about expanding. So it's very intimate, and it's a place where that you'll feel very comfortable. Like again, I said it's like a home away from home. So you just got to come and check it out.
I got to come down.
And you're also a producer.
I love it.
Because it's a theater, but you've been around talent. I see you produce comedy sketches.
Yeah, we also
you're a talented young man, very talented.
Thank you. Yeah, we do we also have our own production company where we shoot films. We also record music as well. To record, like another thing about it that makes it unique is that a lot of the plays that we do there, we do all the music from in-house. So the scores and everything is done from in-house. So when you come, not only are you going to get a nice play, you're also going to get original music, and everything is original.
And you have your boards and all your sound system all set up.
Everything worked out. Yep.
I tell you, that's phenomenal. That's
nice synergy amongst professionals. I sense things happening from here.
Definitely.
What made you do this? What made you get into this theater thing?
Wow. Well, to be quite honest with you, I grew up in Westbury, preferably Newcastle, and it was a rough neighborhood. We got into a lot of things, and I ended up going down the wrong route. And I always remembered I met a lot of important people in life, whether it was on the wrong side of things or on the positive side of things. But I put it all together, and it was very creative, So I kept that with me, and I would say I just wanted to do something to give back to the people. And I said, what better way to do it is than taking my own personal experiences. So a lot of stuff that we show over there deal with reality, but it's also humorous. But to get back on top of it, what you were saying, I just felt that I've seen a lot in my life, and I accomplished a lot of stuff. So I said, you know what? I want to be able to give back in a way that maybe I can teach it. You know, I can't sit down in front of a classroom and just talk, but I can show you something through my experience through theater or it being creative, but through music, so you can understand it a little more. And it also saved me, you know, just so I figured I'd give it back in that kind of package. And I do this, you know, strictly for everyone else. This is not like for me to be, hey, I'm Mr. 294. No, this is actually to get everyone else to come and get a chance to reach their goals. And I also know that it helps out the community.
Now, are you a singer? Are you an actor?
I would say I'm an actor now. I mean, I just started doing a couple of skits and scenes, and everyone liked it. So I said, you know what? I've always been a funny guy. So I figured, why not? You know, why not get into it?
So you're a comedian?
Not a comedian, more like an
Just
actor. But
an
I mean, I could fit the
do
role.
you sing? Do you do any music?
I actually used to rap. I actually
Really?
used to, yeah, and I actually was the freestyle king of Westbury, you know? Just drop a beat and I drop something real quick, you know? So I still got that energy in me, but I want to do like more behind the scenes. It's not about me. I want to create the magic, you know, and have everybody
He's
else
like a
shine.
mini-me, you know, because I got to tell you, years ago, I used to be, everything I do was always in front of the camera. In fact, I mean, I don't know what station you listen to, whether you listen to Sirius Radio or not, but
Definitely do.
I do a commercial on the local TVs for the law practice that I'm involved with during the day. But it was always exciting being in front of the cameras, And when we built this, I like more now the behind-the-scenes type creating than I do actually in front of it. I mean, I do this with David because David and I have the same vision for businesses on Long Island and igniting and creating and just making businesses grow. With David's 516-631 ads with Madhousetv and the Long Island View as a platform to get the message out. And now with you, with the theater, I mean, this is what Long Island needed.
Definitely.
You know, this is, you go to the Bolton Theater. It's a beautiful theater, don't get me wrong. But, you know, I think the more I think about the intimacy of your theater, the 86 seats, I mean, that's kind of like, that's comfort. You know, that's comfort.
Definitely.
And I think it's a great thing. But I like the creativity part of it. You know, my wife is always telling me, stop spending money, stop spending money. But I think at the end of the day, when you stop spending and you stop constantly perfecting, you lose. You drop out, you die. I mean, I had an old partner when we started Madhousetv years ago. He used to tell me, you know, this started in my basement, believe it or not, you know, with a friend of mine. And he was happy being in the basement. And of course, I was not happy. You know, I wanted to go. Then we built a studio, and, you know, my partner said to me, okay, this is fine. I wasn't happy. We went to a bigger one. Then we went to another. This is, I think, our third or fourth one in 3 years. And now I'm looking to build even bigger. And they're saying, hold on, put on the brakes, put on the brakes. But tell the truth. You put on the brakes, you die. You stop.
It's like a saying.
You can't ever stop perfecting what you've created. Am I right?
Absolutely.
Okay. You hear that,
like,
Vicky?
It's like,
you can't stop.
It's like a saying that I would always hear around the neighborhood. Scared money don't make no money.
That's right.
So,
I love that saying. Scared money don't make no money. There you go.
Put that on Facebook.
You know what? You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
I see there's a place called Launchpad in Long Island. It's supposed to be a launch pad for businesses. I see a theater being a launch pad for Long Island talent. That's what I'm seeing here. And I know we don't got much time left in the show, Tommy, but it is my favorite holiday this week. You know, Thanksgiving, buddy. So, you know, I don't know if it's my favorite holiday. Aunt Mickey, you're no longer here, Aunt Mickey. I love you for making those buns and that health salad. I couldn't wait for Thanksgiving every year to come to your house. I will be spending Thanksgiving Eve with my daughters. I'm pre-gaming with my daughters. I'm going to be their sous chef while they prepare for Thanksgiving the night before. And then I'll be with my family. Nice. What are you doing for Thanksgiving, buddy?
Well, that's a tough question because my mother has to work. So I might be doing Thanksgiving, actually not on Thanksgiving, but 2 days after Thanksgiving.
Hey,
all right, hey, listen, you know what? Thanksgiving is not it's not the day. It's getting everybody together.
What are you doing, Mele?
We have a lot of people coming down. My daughter's going to be here. My son is here. My granddaughters are going to be here. We've got Brett Harrison from the Harrison Law Group. He's going to be there with his wife and 2 kids. So they're all coming to the castle for Thanksgiving, and it's going to be quite the thing. But anyway, listen, I want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing the story. I know that, when we close, I want to get the address. I want to come down and take a look and see what you got going on down there, because I think it's just absolutely
I think he's going to be
phenomenal.
back. I think things are going to happen.
I'd like to get you back here on a couple of the talk shows.
Anytime.
And let's talk about this. This is what we need here, people on Long Island, and it's people like this gentleman right here that make it possible. So, you snooze, you lose, and scared money.
Don't make no money.
There you go. All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to the Long Island View here in Deer Park, New York. And for you cable watchers, it's a pleasure to be on cable TV. And we will see you next week, same time.
Yes, we will.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Happy Thanksgiving.